Light the beam! Light the beam! Light the beam! Light the beam!
All right, live now over on YouTube.
Focus.
I'm trying to get this done. I'm trying to promote this crap. Light the beam. We are back for the last edition of the week, the Thursday night edition, here in parts unannounced on the north side of San Antonio. Less than a week away from pitchers and catchers reporting. Your Yankees report in 7 days. You Astros fans at 6. And for the proper baseball fans that claim the Texas Rangers, we are only 5 days away. We're doing a tight hour tonight.
Tight hour.
Look at this run sheet.
Oh, you mailing it in, man.
No, there's no mailing it in. There's no mailing it in. We've got a lot to get to. Okay, well, you want to see. So this is our run sheet. These are the notes I'm working off of.
Oh, okay.
Because I did the radio show earlier today. So I've got a lot of notes to get to and not a lot of time because sooner or later, we're going to do a tight hour. If I just keep putting it out. See, look, now you've already distracted me from getting promotion out there.
If we do more shows, I would be more in favor in tight hour. You know,
if we had more weekly shows.
Yes.
You know, someone on this program threatened and announced and made a big deal out of starting to do daily programs.
Yeah. I need someone. Do you want me to do them myself?
Well, you know, that might be the motivation I need to hear one of them without me to be like, oh hell, I gotta get figure this out.
Well, we can talk about my frustration with, I drive a truck, and if you don't put tint on your back windows, it's not my fault. I don't have my high beams on. And when you drive 15 miles an hour.
Oh, no. Did we have a road rage?
I'm going to be right up on that ass.
Yeah.
Like, even in the neighborhoods, it's 30 miles an hour. Don't yell at me. That's a speed limit. If you go 25, I'm not gonna fault you for that. But 15, the whole way here, people were in glass bubble cars just going 15 miles an hour, and I'm losing my crap, dude.
You got here in plenty of time. It was tight. It's funny. Okay, it's funny we both had a bit of travel issues today because if you listened to the radio show today, Andy Everett show I was covering for him, I left downtown at 2:45, 2:50-ish to get to the station. I like to get there before 3:30. So I've got a solid half hour to go over the run sheet with Shane or whoever's running the show. I left the house, left downtown. I live, of course, half the people know the god dang street name that I live on. Meanwhile, you won't even give your birth year, the last four of your social.
No one needs it.
The roommate asked me for my full social earlier, and I immediately was like,
"Yeah, you give him a little side look."
Hold
You're
on.
like,
"Hold on," and then she told us how much we're going to get back in that tax return. I was like, "Hey, you can have it. You're not having all the return, but you can have all my personal information." No, so I left downtown, normal time. I got to the S-turns, the little concrete corridor right there by UIW at like Hildebrand. Complete dead stop. I sat with no traffic moving and police cars going past me, a fire truck going past me, an ambulance going past, and I'm sitting there from about 2:55 all the way till 3:15 without moving.
"Oh,
I'm talking if I moved inches, it was closer to centimeters. This
is like leaving like a big sporting events game where you're just stuck there and nobody wants to do the weave.
It felt like I was escaping.
Thread it in.
There's no zipper.
Be nice. Let the person in.
No, it felt like I was trying to escape a war-torn country, and just stuck at the checkpoint to try to get to the other side. There's no movement, no one doing anything.
Yeah.
And also, then when I finally got up to where the wreck actually was, of course, everyone's got to stop for a minute. a good 30 seconds to see exactly how bad the damage is, see what it was that was holding them up that whole time.
Faces of Death.
Of course. Yeah, you got to have you got a rubberneck.
Oh, on side note, they're remaking it?
How can you really remake that?
I don't know. Because I don't think all of it was real.
No, it wasn't. It was spliced, some real, some fake. So it left it to be like
it's all legality. And he said whoever's directing is like, I'm gonna do that same thing. He's like, there might be some real footage on there. I just gotta work with legal. We all saw Charlie Kirk. That's a Faces of Death.
Yeah, but see, you don't want that on.
Oh, I'm just saying that.
All saw,
I don't want to watch it again.
We all saw R. Bud Dwyer off himself in front of a TV camera, or that other newscaster lady that did it with a revolver on.
Never saw those.
You never saw the R. Bud Dwyer video?
I think I've seen that one. I never seen the lady.
Okay, you don't trust me.
Yeah, I don't want to see.
Nobody needs to see either of those. The Faces of Death that were good were not the. It was not the video, the images that were ripped right off of like rotten.com. It was the ones where they're like eating monkey brains or stuff like that, like the more psychological effed up stuff. How the hell did we get talking about rubbernecking the wreck?
Yeah.
It was the first wreck I had seen in years, and ironically it was at the exact same place where the roommate and I saw a girl roller car like the first month we lived in San Antonio back in 2011. She just took the turn too fast, overcorrected, and just rolled, ended up flipping up onto that embankment right there, right by UIW. So
everybody knows those high, like accident prone areas where it's like you see one every other couple months or something, but there's a lot of white knuckling, like, yeah,
a lot of close calls. Yeah, it's funny. I ended up, I was texting Shane and telling him, like, buddy, I know secretly you're probably hoping I don't get there in time so you can take the reins and run with it. But just be prepared, because it's 3:15 and I'm still sitting at 281 in Hildebrand.
Oh, he's like the backup QB, just ready for you to
1,000. He's like Steve Young, just waiting in the wings. As the Joe Montana of broadcasting is stuck in traffic.
That was we bring him back, Ryzen. I didn't know the first quarterback controversy. Yeah, quarterback controversy was Steve. I knew there was a controversy, but I didn't know the head coach started it.
Well, I mean, really, the first one
because he put it out in public.
Really, the first one was Staubach and Kramer. Is that who? Or no, Craig? Who was the? Because Landry did the same thing where he was. So Tom Landry was so crazy and ahead of his time in a lot of ways, but still, hear me out. So before there were headphones in quarterbacks' helmets to hear the play, it was still old school Pee Wee football style where a player would get the play from the head coach. No, not even that. Oh. A player would get the play from the head coach, run into the huddle, and then tell the quarterback what the play was, and the quarterback would call it in the huddle, right? Mm-hmm. Tom Landry's idea for a while, when he wanted to play both quarterbacks, he wasn't set on Roger Staubach being the eventual full-time starter and Cowboy legend that he became. Early in Staubach's, it was Craig Morton, that's his name. So I was all over it. I said Morton and Craig, just didn't put it together. Early in Staubach's career, he would switch them out play to play. So Morton would run the play on first down. He would get the call from the coach before they ran out to play for offense. Yeah. Staubach would be standing next to Landry. He would get the call for second down, and then he would run the second down play while Craig Morton would go back over, stand next to Landry, and then he would get the call for third down. They were switching quarterbacks each play to get the play into the huddle.
Really get in rhythm on doing that crap.
Exactly. So, I mean, yes, I think Steve Young in Montana was the first one that captured like national media. It became the narrative, the talking point, because that was also the rise. the beginning of, more talking heads,
Yeah.
content in
ESPN
sport.
was about to be born.
It was talk radio was getting up, or sports. Talk radio had been around forever, but specific sports talk radio was starting to spread across the country. So you were getting more people like us that were needing something to talk about.
Yeah.
And the quarterback controversy between Montana and Young dominated, but it wasn't the first.
Okay.
I want to just got to remind when there's
You can have that one.
when there's that's not a good one. That's not a good memory. Well, we're doing a tight hour. And we've spent 10 minutes now talking about Craig Morton and Roger Staubach and Tom Landry.
Yes.
On this,
Not needed.
this is not made up. This is a completely real National Day of Observation. This is not a bit. We are just newsmen that are reading the news. Nothing more, nothing less.
He said, I'm a newsman. Give me my credentials, LG.
Observed annually on February 5th, National Shower with a Friend Day is a tongue-in-cheek way to lighten the mood of winter while educating us about the benefits of filtered chlorine-free water. Hashtag Shower with a Friend Day. Let's face it, February can be a bit of a drag. It's often the coldest and loneliest stretch of the year. With dwindling daylight and the pressure of Valentine's Day just around the corner, many people find themselves feeling a little dejected. This day was created to inject a much-needed splash of humor
God
into the season. So which one of you boys is taking a shower with me to celebrate after the show?
Oh, this country's gone woke.
How about no?
Yeah, that's gonna be a hard pass. How long has this been a day? Like, it's got to seem like this is going back 60, 80 years or something.
You want to take a guess?
30s.
No, God, no.
Oh, okay.
It was first submitted to be a National Day of Observance, which is this is a very technical list. This is a high bar to get observed as a national day. 2014 was when the idea a local company in Denver, Colorado submitted
Obama.
the day. Was that still Obama? Yeah, that was still Obama. So it is woke. You're right. The first one that was proclaimed and celebrated was 2015.
I would think it's like when you go to the islands and stuff where they have the water reservoir where you don't take quick showers because you want to save the water.
That's
what I was thinking it's from.
It's
To bring,
just
lightheartedness with your friend. Hey, friend, you want to take a shower with me?
having trouble with the ladies this Valentine's Day? Grab a friend and take a shower. You want to know ways you can observe Shower with a Friend Day? This is according to the organizers. You don't actually have to invite a friend into the shower to celebrate. Here's how you can participate. Treat yourself to a high-quality shower filter to remove chlorine and impurities. Your skin and hair will thank you. Your hair's looking good. It looks like you took a few inches off.
Oh, yeah.
Take 5 minutes to learn how chlorine affects your body, whether you're consuming it or just soaking it in.
Wow.
If you know someone with sensitive skin, a gift of a shower filter can be... It's a giant ruse to sell water filters,
Yeah,
water
softeners.
softeners, exactly. And then lastly... take a picture with you and your friend dongs hanging out and use the hashtag Shower with a Friend Day to share a funny photo. It's
almost
one,
like I knew subconsciously, I knew this was happening because you know what I did yesterday?
you took a shower with LG.
Jesus. That was Tuesday, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry. After the show Tuesday.
Yes.
I wondered why it was so loud in there.
That's why I stayed behind.
Yeah.
No, I had refilled my water softener.
Okay.
Like legit. Like I had the kid come over and I'm like, come lift these bags, buddy.
Is there something seasonal to? Is this like the time of year you normally replace water filters or something?
I mean, you just gotta check on the rock salt. My like water filters, water softeners. You just put rock salt in it, and it keeps the filter. It's little gel beads in there, where they're called resin beads. And yeah, not the ones you smoke.
I was about to say, if you're really down on your luck, you can
I don't think
you can make your own resin balls.
I guarantee you'll get high, but
Yeah,
not
you're
the
gonna-
one that you want.
You're gonna get something out of it. Speaking of showering with LG, tell the good people on this National Shower with a Friend Day how they can help support the program.
We may have showered at Driscoll. I don't know.
Yeah, you can help support the program by giving us your money.
Hey,
Hey, break yourself.
Hit us up in the super chat. And yeah, subscribe to this thing as well. That helps us out a lot. We also have an Amazon wish list, which is in the description, and I've added a lot of things to it. So check it
I'll
out.
send you the chair I want. And we're gonna put that.
Yeah, put it on there.
yeah, add it to the list. Did my has my '93 Honda
I might tell
Civic?
you my birthday if someone gets me a chair for my birthday. It's really the coolest birthday ever.
Well, you're just gonna make up a date and be
No.
like, "Oh no, it's my birthday. Here's my chair."
I'd be real. I'm not gonna show you a license or anything, but LG knows my birthday.
See, I wouldn't even.
If you
give
say it,
my
LG,
birthday.
I'm
I don't know your birthday, man.
Man, y'all shower
and we
together, and he
showered
doesn't even
together
know your
Tuesday.
I don't know
birthday.
my birthday. I don't know your birthday. You don't know my birthday.
It is
Facebook knows your birthday.
okay. All honesty, how many of your friends' birthdays can you name right now off the top of your head?
Only a few.
What's a few? 3?
Yeah, maybe.
So I've got a buddy who's born.
What about all the ones I know just from the last week? 'Cause like,
No, those are too fresh. That doesn't get. I've got a buddy has April Fool's Day. I've got a buddy who has Cinco de Mayo. I've got a buddy who has the day after Christmas. Actually, that's a cousin.
Yeah.
She got screwed growing up. That's the
Oh, yeah.
worst. And then I've got a buddy who his birthday is August 31st. And the only reason I remember it, it was the last day where if he was born a day later, he would have been in the different, he would have been in the grade below
So
us.
he was the youngest person in
He
y'all's
was
class.
the absolute youngest. It didn't affect him a whole lot.
And if he went September 1st, he was the one buying all y'all cigarettes.
That's correct. He would have, because you still only had to be 18 back then. So I think those are the only ones.
Yeah, it's all you have to be correlating with some other day. Like I know one day,
Right. It's gotta be
that's
tied in.
420. One day that's December 30th.
It's my anniversary.
That's your anniversary. Of course it is.
What
Yeah,
do you
I knew.
mean? Of course it is.
Of course it is.
It was, sir. It was the only. We wanted a Friday wedding. We wanted to get married. We, of course, I'm heavily involved. We wanted an April wedding, and that Friday was the only Friday in April that the venue, the Pickle Factory, we got married in downtown. That was the only
this,
day.
Parks and Rec?
It was pretty much.
We were at Shugham's factory.
All
Pretty
white
much.
trashy like that?
You bet your ass. It was the old Zaza Gardens, the former pickle factory right there on South Flores.
At least it wasn't a slave plantation.
No, it was just a pickle plantation.
Yeah.
Although I'm not entirely sure of their employment history or
Been slaves.
or the work conditions in said factory.
They made great pickles, man.
Yeah, that's all I know. But no, as LG said, we
Shout out to Black History Month too.
It is. Indeed, it is. You shot my wheels. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. As LG said, give us a subby on the YouTube if you haven't already. I saw a few more of those come in. Super chats. I think I forgot to do them Tuesday, but
I don't think we got any.
okay, good. I was hoping that was the case, but we'll get to those before the lightning round. It's gonna be.
I'm looking at y'all. We didn't get any.
It's gonna, yeah, exactly. Put the fear of God. It's gonna be. I'm trying to shoot for the tight hour tonight, and I limited not the amount of note taking or research, as you can tell what I have, but I tried to limit the amount of topics. So what I watched is obviously we're gonna get into the Spurs game from last night. We've got the game on right now. 5.5 minutes left in the second
That's
quarter.
Harper. Man,
We've
he's letting
got-
his hair grow out.
Spurs notes. We're going to talk a little bit about the trade deadline, Spurs inactivity at the deadline.
Dude,
Main
don't
Seggy?
need it.
I've got one statistic that I think will give you the best idea of who's going to win on Sunday.
Okay.
I've got the one. I read a really interesting article from Bill Barnwell earlier today. I talked about it on the radio show, but trying to squeeze a lot of numbers into a short radio segment, I felt a little rushed. So I saved just that conversation for the main seggy. And then, unless you've got 7 videos like you have here lately for the lightning round, I've only got the closer video. And then we've got to talk about whatever is happening, whatever is going on with Savannah Guthrie's missing mom.
I had to Google who Savannah Guthrie is. I like NBC Today show news reporter, and I'm like, oh.
The Alex Jones in me wants to immediately say, this is a Fed psyop. They're trying to distract us. There's no reason.
The gay frogs are on this one.
They're turning the flipping frogs gay. I'm a pioneer. I'm an explorer.
I've been right 3 times.
Look, the Alex Jones I genuinely was entertained by in the 90s as a kid would have loved this era of federal overreach that we are living in. But for some reason, Alex Jones doesn't seem to have a problem with it anymore. But I wanted to get into a little bit of that because it's really weird. It's just a really weird story. So I figured we'd do that in the lightning round as well. Before we get going into what I watched, so Sunday, obviously Super Bowl, but just as important for the purposes of what we do here, that means no more football until the draft in April.
You know, as many fantasy football leagues that I play in, I'm all right with it. You know, I get burned out. I'm just like, oh my God, I've watched 800 hours of football in the past 4 months.
You know how I feel about football is not even really in my top 4 sports that I care about. The Cowboys have ruined I love college football's in there, but NFL football, not so much.
And I still I was looking at the Madden ratings for quarterbacks, and they still have Dak Prescott like 91. And I'm like,
buddy, do you not realize he just had the second, third best statistical season of any quarterback in the NFL this year? What are we it's a video game. It's not determining playoff success. It's determining simulation rating.
oh God.
You're just mad. What's Brock Purdy's rating?
87.
That is not a 91. Did you hear that sniff there for you? Yeah, that's why you're upset by that. But no, I say that because I want to start doing some more random stuff in the main seggies. Of course, Spurs are going to be interesting the rest of the way. They're in.
I've been bringing curling, ping pong.
So
trying to bring German ping pong.
Yeah,
in here,
you did try. It
straight
wasn't
from Bangkok.
I was about to say that was not German ping pong. That was a German newlywed couple dodging ping pong balls flying at them from.
They got paddles, bro.
From a Bangkok
which is
entertainer.
The most amazing thing they have paddles to hit it back at her.
I saw the video.
And
I'm not
one
arguing.
of them, she got hit in the face or something.
I'm not. Might want to get tested. I'm not arguing.
It's in my eye.
It's not.
That's how you get pink eye.
I was about to say, can you imagine the burn though? But can you imagine? So I want to start doing. We'll do the goddamn German newlywed ping pong video if it'll stop you.
It'll live in lore.
Yeah,
live in lore, sports cave lore.
Earlier today, a high school buddy of mine sent me a 10-minute long video of something that happened in my high school, on my high school campus, my senior year. Some of y'all will remember it strictly based off of name. You don't have any memory of it. LG didn't remember the name, but as soon as I explained it, he said y'all did it. It happened at your high school.
Foursquare?
Not Foursquare. It is not a sock hop. It is something called Shattered Dreams. And I
don't remember any of that.
I realize sometimes when I bring, what happened up in North Texas in the late 90s, early 2000s to this program, I am met with full bewilderment and silence and no reaction because you have no idea what, remember Hell House?
Yeah.
Where I was describing the churches that would do
that's some rural town Christian televangelist crap.
They were 1,000%. That's some Kid Rock halftime show stuff. I mean, they were constantly trying to scare us straight without sending us into a local jail to participate in Scared Straight. They brought the scares to us. Shattered Dreams was where they would simulate that there was a massive car crash. Kids, your fellow friends, your students, someone was drunk driving, all of them are dead, and they would simulate the crash. They'd have the cars all crashed up. LG said y'all had the cars crashed up.
Yeah, like in Old Mac before it became a prison with a watchtower, literally square with a courtyard. Watchtower.
Probably necessary.
We had a courtyard, beautiful trees, beautiful courtyard. So it kind of wanted to make it look like a college campus. He said they put 2 wrecked ass cars right in the front, and I'm like, I don't remember any of that.
Yeah, see, and I
Maybe because I was sneaking through the blue bars every day.
I was about to say, I being the scared, scared little Christian boy I was at the time, it had a lasting impact on me. And I say lasting for about 18 months until I, quit playing basketball in college and started actually just doing college.
Yeah.
And then it was like, no, I'll be fine. It's not going to happen to me. I'll be fine.
Oh, no.
So he sent me a 10-minute long video that is a montage of the entire day.
Oh, buddy.
It shows it all.
You're in it?
I'm prominently featured at times. I wasn't one of the dead kids, but it shows one of the kids was a basketball teammate. If you played sports, you played them all pretty much in a small town. And one of the kids was on the basketball team, and he hit a game-winning shot in a playoff game. And so that whole, some of our basketball stuff is featured in it. Okay. And then it immediately cuts to him where he's got like a fake bone sticking out of his arm to try to show that he was.
The people behind the scenes on the theater department really shine.
Dude, the theater department went ham with it, watching the video. So all that to say, in an upcoming episode, when we don't have football to carry us anymore, we're going to break down the video that was sent to me in a main seggy. We're going to relive Shattered Dreams 2004 from Glen Rose High School.
I like that, man. And
it's going to be wild. It's going to be fun.
The bit I want all the old drug commercials.
Okay.
Those, we talked about
good
this
idea.
before.
That's a good idea.
It's my favorite one was the meth one where they had the jingle.
That's great.
I'm going to save it. I'm not going to sing it right now.
Surely we can, maybe LG can help us there. Surely we can get away with playing them, though.
Yeah, that can't be licensed.
Well, and we're doing, it's a public service. We're trying to further the messaging.
Meth is not good.
No, it's terrible. Ask uncle, cousin living on federal land in Louisiana. It's not good at all.
Uncle, cousin in the double wide.
Uncle's actually back and he's doing great. It was his birthday. Shout out Gary, Uncle Gary. It was his birthday last week. But no, we're gonna need some ideas like that. So keep them coming. That's a great one. Maybe less Thailand ping pong content. And
maybe more.
Maybe more. maybe package it and we'll do it as a group. But God dang, we're already 30 minutes in, and we haven't even.
We're giving the people what they want.
Any content.
We've given them 30 minutes of glory.
8:33 market. Let's talk what we watched last night. This isn't going to take a lot of time because there's not a whole lot you can take away from the game last night against the zombie Sonics / Thunder.
So them playing mind games with us because they didn't want to get rolled.
It's very Popovich. Very Popovichian.
Popovich did not start this. I thought the Warriors did this whenever they did them in the Heat.
Oh, Pop would rest the big three against the Lakers on a national ABC game. That's what led to the $250,000 fine at one point.
Well, that was when Tim Duncan was old.
Older.
Yeah. And,
older.
I thought Tony was the one that still played, but
yeah, there were he would
rest Duncan and Ginobili.
There were games where it was all three, and that's when the league finally was like, "All right, enough of this. You got that's you remember."
But it's usually a tit for tat type thing.
Usually, we haven't done that to y'all. There were still some mind games that time that were the purpose behind it, or the time when Timmy got listed as out. It was out, injured / old.
Yeah.
It was just that's one of the greatest box scores Someone should get
and
that
I'm
box score tattooed on their ass.
This is just like an all-star game. Like yesterday and today, like I just saw someone get their own rebound 5 times. And
I'm not so
the
sure-
Dallas Mavericks are just standing around.
I'm not so sure the 8 guys that played for Oklahoma City last night wouldn't beat this Mavs team
Oh yeah, they
by
will.
20
They might.
or at least double digits. So especially the way, again,
Hey, we'll take the W's, man.
yeah, it's 1 of 82.
Yeah.
It's a win. Covered a 9.5 point spread for those that had it in single digits. Hey.
Oh, only by didn't we win by 11 or something?
1 by 10.
10.
116, 106. I was watching.
Someone was like, people were stressing. They're like,
Buddy.
why are you letting them come back?
When it was cut to 4 with 4 minutes left,
Yeah.
I might have been.
And they brought the starters back out.
I might have been a little on tilt until I saw Mitch bring Wemby and the rest of most of the starters
we
back
gotta
on.
know what your bets are. We gotta know, like, that's gotta be a segment.
It's
Puma's
better.
picks.
It's better.
No,
Trust me.
you don't want the roommate to know.
1, yes. 1, I don't want the roommate to know. 2, they're not entirely just my bets.
Oh, so
I have a
you think you're gonna like move the line?
no. God, no. But I think I potentially might. I would need to check with the partner in this operation. That
You
is
got
not
you got another Zeb, don't you?
a little bit. I have a sharp who looks out for lines, and because I'm not looking for them myself, I'll
Yeah.
tell you that I'm not. That's why it can't be a segment, because I'm not the one that's looking to be like, oh, hey,
Yeah.
we got to get on
This
this
is a
right
lock.
now.
Yeah.
So I've got a buddy. He's been on the podcast before many times. Truman. When he sees something
Yeah.
good, particularly something that he knows I'm gonna be watching anyway, like Olympic hockey for the next month,
Oh,
buddy,
Oh,
buddy, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be real good.
How do you guess the line on Olympic hockey? You know, I guess you got
That's what makes it. That's what makes it potentially.
because it's about country.
It's about
and
passion
pride.
and pride. That's
You
right.
know, what they called the Russian game? What was that?
Oh, the Miracle on Ice.
The Miracle on
Yeah.
Ice, where we should have never won that game, but
I think
we did.
I think Netflix just put out a new documentary about that somehow has unseen new footage from the team.
like Diddy.
Exactly. Exactly. The Miracle on Ice was basically Diddy before Bad Boys. You nailed it. That's exactly what it's like.
Hey, how can you compare that with Diddy? Well, I did.
Well, you just heard it live and in action. Yeah. The only
I want to know the curling, like that. I need to know the line on curling.
you want to get some money on curling?
I will put some money on some curling.
All right, Truman, if you're
got-
listening,
I got to do some research.
okay, now
Are
that
the Swedes the favorite? Who's the favorite?
Canada,
Canada.
usually.
I know America's. We like
They're good.
top 5.
Yeah, they're way better now than whenever I was staying up and
The
watching
Germans.
watching
They seem efficient.
curling, yeah, it would make sense, wouldn't it? The China's really good.
Oh yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
The
They hold their families hostage.
Where was
of course
it?
they got to be good.
it was South. I think it was the South Korea. I think it was the South Korea Winter Olympics in like 06-ish when I was living in Stephenville, Texas, and watching curling at 4 a.m.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, speaking.
You're just sitting there, just drinking beers,
It's
smoking
great.
heaters. Be like, scrub the ground.
That was where I fell in love with the sport.
Yes.
I'm not. It's not a bit. Like genuinely,
It's the passion they have on it, man.
I haven't missed the curling gold medal match since that year because it became more than a bit.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
fact, we need to. There's got to be a curling.
Oh,
I think they have one over in Cedar Park, over where the Texas Stars
my knees
play
just hurt
over
thinking about
Austin area. Yeah, no, it
that. I'll be the coach being like, now you want to put a little twist on it.
both of us would bust our ass within 5 minutes of trying to do it.
They got special shoes.
The only other takeaway from that game last night, besides just the Spurs not embarrassing themselves with a loss,
The highlights, baby. Oh my God.
Keldon.
Keldon, yeah.
continued the 6-man campaign, led the team in scoring, 25 points off the bench, and really they were up by, 15 at halftime. It's like 73-58, something like that. And then again, third quarter, losing energy, losing focus.
It's hard when you like sitting there, you got the scrubs in.
That's
you're
why
like-
I don't hold a lot of weight about that game. Like the third quarter, losing the third quarter last night to that Thunder team is not the same as losing the third quarter to some of these other games. Like I won't say it was understandable, not excusable for like crappy coach cliche. It's like, it's understandable why it happened. Still shouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
But it's also like you said, you're playing the scrubs, you know it, they know it.
And they're playing out. They want game tape.
They want to try to get picked up by the Charlotte Hornets next year when they're free agents from the G League, because that's who the Thunder were playing.
Is it the Charlotte? I thought it was the Bobcats. Did they get rid of the Bobcats? They're back to Hornets?
Oh yeah, dude, that was like oh, I'm gonna love your coverage of the trade deadline coming up next.
No.
So you know what's the funniest side tangent? The funniest thing about the Charlotte Bobcats? They are not called the Charlotte Bobcats because there is a thriving Bobcat population in the greater Charlotte area.
Wouldn't that be a good thing? Oh, or they're killing all the dogs
It's not.
and cats.
Bobcats had
They're killing the kids.
Bobcats had absolutely nothing to do with it at all of why they were named. Because you remember Hornets moved to New Orleans.
Yeah.
And then the NBA, gave Charlotte another franchise. The original owner, the guy who started the new version of the Charlotte Bobcats, which now is back to being the Charlotte Hornets.
Yeah.
He was the founder of BET Television.
All right.
His name, Robert L. Johnson. He named them after himself. He named them the Bobcats because his name was Bob Johnson.
Oh, Bob John. Oh, all right.
It had nothing to do with the animal bobcat. It had zero to
It
do
was just straight
with the area of Charlotte. It was
self-glossing himself.
I bought this team. I'm bringing them back to Charlotte.
That's my old high school nickname.
I'm the Bobcat Johnson, and I'm just gonna name them that.
Oh, buddy.
Had zero to do.
When I own a professional team, they will be called the Captains.
The captains. I mean, that's at least that is maybe buy a team in Fort Lauderdale or the Keys, somewhere where there's actual pirate history.
Saving. Sports Cave, you can get a percentage of my new team if you donate.
You have anything else from the game last night?
No, I mean amazing Wemby and like Stephen Castle plays. Like,
yeah, Castle back, but Harper was out.
So the Spurs don't need to be scaring me by claiming injury when you want to rest one of your players.
Yeah, that's not fun right now.
Because we're sitting here like, oh yeah, he's going to be back after All-Star break, and he's playing yesterday, and he's playing today. And you're just like, don't do that to me.
Yeah, I wonder.
Takes Pop's like theory and method and just be like, oh, he's sick,
Yeah, just call it rest and take the fine if the NBA says something about it. The only other thing in terms of grand scheme that you can take out of that game last night, the Spurs are now only 5 games back of the Thunder in the standings.
Yeah.
SGA is out. He's going to be reevaluated after the All-Star break.
Yeah.
So it sounds like he's about to miss at minimum 5 games because they have 3 more till the All-Star break. And then
I wouldn't mind
maybe
seeing,
a couple after the All-Star break he misses still.
like Jalen Brunson did with the Knicks. I wouldn't mind seeing Wemby do a players only meeting and be like, this is our chance to be the number 1 seed and have home court throughout.
So the Thunder have lost. They're 3-4 over their last 7 games.
Yeah.
They're about to lose SGA for another stretch of games, 3 to 5 games minimum.
Mm-hmm.
There is a very, very real scenario where the final 2 weeks of the season, the Spurs are a game or two behind the Thunder for the number 1 seed.
Yeah.
Because I think the Thunder also, unlike last year where it was full pedal down through the regular season to prove that they were the number 1 seed.
Look at that.
Now they're
25 3-pointers attempted for us.
Yeah, the 3-point attempts are getting a bit ridiculous.
Because they're playing Dallas. They're just like, I'm not going to go to the hole on this game.
Yeah, I'm just going to jack it up. They're not guarding me. That was like last night. Like Vassell kept shooting them. And I was talking to a buddy.
He's going to hit 1 out of 3.
So I was talking to a buddy and he was like, I wish he would stop. And I was like, dude, I want him to shoot. Like, this is the game. Like, try to get some rhythm back. Try, like, jack up as many as you can against this Thunder team.
Can we call
not
rhythm
as worried.
momentum? Can we just cement this? Some rhythm is momentum.
I mean, again, you're describing, can yellow be red?
You just, man.
They're not the same. That's
God,
two
I'm gonna
different
get
words
you. I'm gonna
with
get
two
you. Like,
different
this was
definitions.
this is a very thought out process because I heard like, oh, rhythm. Let once you see the ball go in, then you start getting some rhythm. And I'm like, oh, it's almost like momentum.
If you want to call it that incorrectly, that's fine.
Oh God.
But yeah, no, I was hoping he would get some of his shooting rhythm back, putting up as many threes as they did last night. Yeah, let's slide into the trade deadline because part of the idea that the Spurs might crawl back into the battle, race for the 1 seed with the Thunder.
Yeah.
You would have thought was pretty dependent on what they did at the trade deadline. If they were able to add any reinforcements or add any kind of additional weapons to this roster. And as everyone knows by now, for the first time since 2020, the Spurs made 0 in-season trades.
We are way ahead of schedule.
Way ahead.
And we're going to be competing for hopefully competing, knock on wood, competing for the 1 seed. Everybody probably wanted that Atlanta pick. And I think the Spurs are sitting here like, if we get a top 8 pick, because I honestly think that trade for, was it Kuminga?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kuminga.
Yeah, they sent Porzingis to Golden State, Kuminga, Buddy Hield to Atlanta.
I don't think that makes the Hawks better.
No.
So we get our pick, which is, I mean, we don't even go to lottery. But we get their pick, and they're like, man, if we get 1 through 8, we can shore up the point forward position or get a center to sit there and bang bodies and then or a shooter to stretch the floor. I think they're just playing with house money right now.
Yeah, the Atlanta strategy is interesting because
But Atlanta sent out their 2nd pick, so they just like literally mailed in this whole next draft.
Well, and because they know you're not getting anything out of it at all. It's the way that they played without Trae Young allowed them to easily make that move to send him to Washington.
Yeah.
I think Porzingis has only played like 17 games, 24
as
games.
many, and Kuminga's played about a little bit more than Porzingis.
Yeah,
he's
at least
injured now.
Kuminga, now a little injured.
I do like Jason in the chat. Momentum only exists in motorsports, curling, and bowling.
Yeah, because that's the proper definition of momentum. Yeah,
You telling me the spin on a baseball doesn't have some momentum?
I guess not
All
the
right, we're gonna drop
spin,
it.
but the ball itself would have momentum. Is
real.
It's certainly
You said
real. It's misapplied majority of the time it's used. Yeah,
Good one, Jason.
There were a lot. The best way I heard the trade deadline described, it was like you were playing a NBA 2K franchise that went 2 years too long, where all of a sudden James Harden's getting traded to the Cavs,
Yeah.
Porzingis to Golden State, Jaren Jackson Jr. to Utah, just all weird trades that don't make any of those teams any better.
Yeah,
really,
it was all lateral moves.
exactly.
Nobody sat there and was like, well, I'm going to tank this season. And from what I heard, you know more about college. This draft class is a pretty
It's amazing.
appealing. Yeah, it's a pretty appealing class.
There's a lot of talk from talking heads that are hyping up the draft class as like, oh, I'm not sure Cooper Flagg would have even been top 5. Like Cooper Flagg would still be the number 1 pick in this upcoming draft class. Just from what we've seen him do in the NBA this year, it's clear you can say he would still be the number 1 pick. But that's not to discount how good the picks 2 through 5 would have been if he was in this class. Like Peterson at Kansas, Dabonsa at BYU, the Boozer kid at Duke. There's another one I'm missing too that is right in that group. Peterson is the one that is the unquestioned right now guy that will be Kansas.
Okay, yeah. Are they still undefeated?
No, they've lost a few games.
Okay.
Arizona's the undefeated one, and they've got a couple.
right.
They've got 2 freshmen, Koa Pete, and then the guard. I can't think of his name. He had a 30-something point game.
Wow.
It's a great class. So
I don't pay attention till March Madness, baby.
Exactly, and you're going to be entertained because every single one of those star freshmen will be in the tournament. They're on ranked teams. You're going to get to actually see them play in the tournament. It's not going to be like Dylan Harper and Ace Bailey at Rutgers last year.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a draft class where if you had the 9th pick, okay, so for example, Sohan, we all thought Jeremy Sohan was going to get traded before 2:00 this afternoon. We know the Spurs told his people, talk to other teams, try to find yourself a team that wants you and we'll work out the trade as soon as you find the team. As we know, he didn't go anywhere, but using him as the example, he was the 9th pick in his draft class.
Yeah.
This upcoming draft class,
He would have been 2nd round.
That's maybe a bit
Stretch.
harsh, but he would have been outside the lottery for sure.
Yeah.
He would have been late teens, early 20s. It's really good up top, but it's also depth through basically 1 through 9.
Nice. So can we just talk to Sohan and be like, hey, be the enforcer. Come in here and rough some people up.
I'm not so sure I don't think he's going to play himself back into the rotation full time.
Yeah.
But I think we're going to get a Jeremy Sohan moment in the first playoff series this team plays in.
Yeah, like
I think
when we're playing like dog doo-doo,
Yep.
you know, and just come in and just give us a spark, man. If one guy's just
Give us some
working
nasty, as a famous man once said.
exactly, like you become the nasty, Sohan. When I put you in, know your job. You know, I don't want you to score. I want you to play defense. And if that guy keeps going to the hole and scoring like Ant does to us every time he comes and plays us down here, bang him up. Bang him up. You know, make him think twice for
So to
going to the
speak.
hole.
Remember, it is National Shower with a Friend Day, so choose your words carefully. I think we're going.
You're putting things in my head. I don't need it. The
I
National
thought
Shower
you were
Friends
going to
Day.
say I was putting things somewhere else. I was like, good.
Hey,
Now
there's
you're
an in
doing
and out
it.
rule, sir.
That's correct. No, I think we're going to see. I think Sohan's going to have a moment in one of these playoff games where someone's being physical with Wemby. Maybe the team is just getting out hustled. We're looking lackadaisical, needing some kind of energy lift, and I think you're going to see Sohan.
You know
play
who that
some
guy is
roles
right
still.
now?
Keldon.
and Bryant.
Oh, Carter. Yeah, he had 11 again.
Dude, that
tied
dunk,
his career high.
that dunk he had, I don't know, it was not Thunder, but I think it was
it
Sunday.
was the game before. Yeah,
Right.
the Magic.
Yeah, he just jumped through. I'm like, okay, I can't wait for the dunk contest now. I want to see this guy.
Oh, I keep forgetting. Yeah,
Yeah, I was like, man, he jumped through the roof and just put some oomph on that, you know? Just put some butter on those biscuits. Just,
Who do you think's more likely to have? Is Carter Bryant going to have more moments you remember from a playoff game, or Jeremy Sohan?
Man, it's hard to, if Mitch really is the like Pop's, protege, The rookie ain't gonna get that much time.
I don't think so either. That's why I still think
But we got to get Sohan ready. You got to get him in game shape.
when Mitch looks down the line of his bench in a playoff game, he's going to see Jeremy Sohan's green, pink, whatever color his hair is, and he's going to think, I need some of that crazy on the court right now. In a good way. I need some of that nasty. Someone that's going to go in and just do something, cause chaos.
Yeah, put some rows in that hair when he scares me when he's got the rows in.
Now
like
all this being said, they could buy him out tomorrow. We saw the buyout starting to take place across the NBA.
But what are we gonna do? Pull up someone from the G League?
So no, the question would
or
be
the Austins?
The question would be, do any of these names interest you? Because if you were to buy out Jeremy Sohan, if you were to buy out Kelly Olynyk or Lindy Waters, beyond someone at the very end of the bench,
Who's sitting on the couch?
you would open up room to sign somebody that gets bought out by another team.
Yeah.
So the names that we've seen, the one that immediately jumps out, Chris Paul was traded from the Clippers to the Raptors.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like he's going to report to Toronto. It sounds like Toronto has given him permission to not show up.
Yeah.
So it seems
Did he
like
start with Toronto? No.
Kyle Lowry for years
was New
up
Orleans,
there,
right?
Yeah, he was. He was New Orleans with young Tyson Chandler and David West, and then the Clippers with Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan. So Chris Paul potentially would be someone the group respects and gets along with from the year they spent together. Hell, the Spurs treated him better than the Clippers did.
Yeah.
Would be a veteran that has, not won a championship, but has played in enough playoff series to, when you're down by 18 in game 3 of a 1-1 series, Chris Paul would be a good guy just to have talking on the bench to guys.
Yeah.
It's not a basketball. We're not talking that he's going to come in and give them meaningful minutes or
He
anything.
can still run the fast break and get the ball to the person on a crisp pass. Like, the main thing whenever I see us struggle is the ball's not getting passed in the right spot for rhythm shots.
Yeah. It's just slightly low,
it's a
slightly
little
high.
off, and I got to sit there and take a step to the left or
That
take
is
a step
such,
to the right.
That is such an underrated skill
yeah.
too. Like just making the pass right in the shooting pocket.
Exactly.
That is
Watch
such
the
a huge-
2014 Spurs. This, what was it? The Sweet Seven. What they call it? What was that team?
Oh, the like beautiful game.
The beautiful game.
Yeah.
Every pass was on point.
Which is even crazier when you go back and watch those. Manu slinging a ball one-handed across the court,
Yeah,
right
bounce
into
pass, like
right into Danny, right into the shooting pocket.
Yeah,
Just
like-
perfect.
yeah. Danny got. I used to call him Daniel, but after 14, he got that Danny.
The Chris Paul one would be a familiar face, but it's not going to help you a whole lot basketball-wise, maybe more mental. Gabe Vincent just got traded from the Lakers to the Hawks. If Atlanta buys him out like it looks like, he's the kind of guy who's either going to go 1 for 7 or 6 for 7.
Yeah.
So if he's hot, he could absolutely swing a playoff game, hitting threes. A guard 3-point shooter threat off the bench would be kind of interesting.
He's someone you're going to have to guard on the line. You just can't leave him.
You got to respect him.
Yeah.
Spurs playing the Mavs tonight. They just traded for Chris Middleton. It'll be interesting to see if they buy him out. I think they probably end up
Man, he went downhill fast.
injuries. His knees crumbled. Knees
He
started
gave it
to,
all on the championship.
and he got it.
He got it.
Former Aggie Chris Middleton would be again a name if you are looking for some kind of shooting threat like we thought they were looking for at the trade deadline. He's at least someone that kind of fits some of that. A name you might not be familiar with, but a big man, Chris Boucher. It looks like he's going to get bought out by the Jazz.
Oh, Bobby Boucher.
You made, God dang it, y'all. You made the same exact joke that Shane did on the radio show today. I've already had to plow through that joke one time today, and now Now a second.
Mama's never wrong.
Lonzo Ball, another name. I think he's going to have enough interested teams that would give him more of a role, more playing time. The Spurs, if they do any, these, of course, all no reporting, all hypothetical. But if they did want to entertain the buyout market, there at least are some names. Cam Thomas was the Nets' second leading scorer.
Yeah.
They let him go. He can't play a lick of defense whatsoever,
Don't want him.
but he can score 15 and a half a game. So if you wanted just some,
I don't want an offense and have liability on the other end.
I don't disagree, but if you're talking about the 11th guy on the bench,
Yeah.
Cam Thomas's individual scoring ability is something that the Spurs bench right now doesn't have. He's a guy that could come in and just give you an instant burst of offense. So there at least are some names
Yeah.
that the Spurs, that would seem to fit some of what the Spurs were looking for. But yeah, with them not making any moves at the deadline,
Look at this third quarter. Now we're down, only up by 7. God.
yeah, still 6 minutes or so left here in the third.
Yeah.
The Mavs are playing with renewed energy since they were able to get off the Anthony Davis contract.
Yeah.
Anthony, man, if you're a Wizards fan, imagine telling a Wizards fan 2 years ago, bro, just stay strong. In 2 seasons, you're going to have Trae Young and Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
And a Wizards fan would be like, what the hell? What? Sign me up.
Yeah.
I'm in. Let's go. And to see that they got Trae Young for practically nothing.
Yeah.
They got Anthony Davis for 2 heavily protected future
And
first round
they got
picks.
they got some good young parts. So I'm like, are y'all trying to creep into the playoffs this year? Like,
I think they're the 3rd worst record wise. They might have slid down even further than that now. But yeah, I mean, a Wizards fan how many times in your life have the Wizards been relevant? They had the small stretch with Gilbert Arenas and Deshaun Stevenson, Antoine Jameson.
I think they went to the second round. They never went to any Eastern Conference finals.
It was always them versus LeBron on the Cavs. And then Gilbert brought the gun to the locker room. That ended that team. You had a brief
What's wrong with
stretch.
that? You know?
Well, when you put guns in a teammate's locker and tell him to pick which one he wants to die by, it's probably bad for team morale, Cap.
Let's play Russian roulette.
The other stretch when they had C-Webb and Juwan Howard, fresh, still young.
I forgot C-Webb went to the Washington after his sack.
They were still the Bullets, I think, even then. Of course, they had Jordan, but they weren't good. But at least they had Jordan in the final. The Wizards have never been relevant in my lifetime whatsoever. So it makes perfect sense. That's the team that takes Anthony Davis off the Mavs' hands.
Is Nico the GM over at the Wizards? I swear Anthony Davis is going to change everything.
He's probably applying for it now. The Wizards would probably be like, wait, you actually want to come to us? Like, we loved every trade you made until the Luka one. Like, yeah, we'll take you in a heartbeat. Elsewhere, we kind of already mentioned, the Thunder did make what I think could be a sneaky, depending on his health, a sneaky pickup. They got the former Duke kid, Jared McCain, 3-point shooter. When he's hot, he can drop. I mean, he had 30-point game as a rookie last year. Injuries have held him up. They give up a future first, but they have so many it doesn't matter. He's the kind of guy, like that's the kind of move I wish the Spurs had made today. I understand why you don't.
Because he's a liability on the other end.
Sure, I completely agree. You give up a future first-round pick for him, no matter how bad it ends up being, it's still a first-round pick. But it's also a guy...
But maybe playing with a defensive-minded team makes you run back instead of walking back, you know?
He wasn't that bad at defense at Duke. He wasn't just an absolute liability in college. But he's a guy I could see... Here's a guy.
Here's
my
a
best
guy.
Collinsworth before Sunday. You could see him hitting, 3 or 4 threes in a quarter and swinging a playoff game.
Yeah.
So I don't like, from a Spurs perspective, I don't like that it was Oklahoma City that picked him up. The other name that got traded that feels like could have been a good fit for the Spurs, Jose Alvarado, the point guard from the Pelicans. Now it's perfect. He's a Puerto Rican point guard that plays with pure passion and energy.
Or passion.
And he gets traded to New York City. He's gonna be the second in jersey sales behind Brunson.
Yeah,
Like they're gonna
it.
love him in the Garden. And again, on a good team like the Knicks, he's a guy I could see coming in and you gave up 70 points in the first quarter. Alvarado's about to play Alvarado. I always call him Alvarado, like the city in North Texas. The Alvarado Indians. No, Alvarado come in the third quarter, just be a nuisance on their ball handler, cause a few turnovers, raise the tension, and
make them get sloppy.
Make them get sloppy, make them get mad, make them lose a little focus. Again, that's another guy. Especially for what it cost, it was practically nothing. An expiring contract and second round picks. Wouldn't have mind seeing the Spurs jump on that. But I think those two moves by two of the 5 best teams in the league right now. Those are the type of moves from teams. You kind of said it at the beginning of this. The Spurs are so far ahead of the schedule by jumping, because usually it's like an arc, it's like, or a bell curve. It's your fringe playoff, then your playoff, then your contender, and then you
go to the Western Conference Finals, see what real championship team's all about,
and then you start to decline, and you have to not rebuild, but reconfigure the roster. You've still got your core, but you got to get the different pieces. Exactly. That's what the Knicks and Thunder did today. They are, several stages ahead of where the Spurs are. Just roster. This is a Spurs team that still hasn't played in a playoff series together.
Yeah, I know.
So getting upset about them not adding any peripheral pieces feels so rushed, because they are a contender this year. There's no question. They could win it this year. I'm not saying that. But to give up any future assets to try to accelerate the timeline of the fringes of your roster, I understand why they didn't make a move like the Knicks did for Alvarado.
I think they're going the route of they want to see what they do in the playoffs this year.
1,000%.
And then we'll make our decision of, hey, Vassell, you really showed up. Keldon, you kind of disappeared on us. Barnes on his last year of his contract. I don't see him coming back.
Unless it's for a vet minimum or a low mid-level exception or something.
Oh my God. Dallas is playing with energy right now.
I'm telling you, they're playing like a team who just got out from under Anthony Davis's contract.
He's been bumming me out.
That's what they're playing like. It's a back-to-back trap game. Last night you had to play the Zombie Thunder with 8 people active, only 3 of them from their normal rotation. And tonight you get a team that just look at the happiness on this entire. Look at the arena in Dallas. These people were furious a week ago.
There's more people on this game than I expect. Oh, that
Cooper Flagg's pretty nice, man.
God, he's nice.
He's pretty nice. He's pretty. Like I said, he would still be the number 1 pick in this draft. It's really good.
He was so angry watching the Dallas Mavs be horrible in the beginning of the game, which shows his true fandom still lies in North Texas.
Cooper Flagg? What are you talking about?
You were like, you're mad at the Dallas Mavericks. You're like, man.
I was laughing when Klay Thompson dribbled a ball out of bounds. How is that? If you're gonna paint it accurately. I was enjoying the.
Hey, I'm painting it with the Liberty.
Yeah. I was about to say it's a big Liberty, big hairy Liberty. You got anything else from the trade deadline? I mean, Giannis doesn't get moved. We'll do this.
It was anticlimactic this year.
We'll do the same dance in the summer.
Yeah.
Ja didn't get moved. We'll do the same dance on draft night.
I heard he's toxic right now. Like everybody's like, yeah, you're gonna have to give us a pick as well if we're gonna take Ja.
It's an interesting situation because Memphis trades Bane to Orlando in the offseason. They surprise everybody and trade Jaren Jackson Jr. to Utah.
Yeah.
And now the one player, everyone assumed Ja was going to be the one gone.
Yeah.
And then they rebuild around Bane and Triple J. And then they trade Bane, and everyone's like, oh, okay, well, they're just going to rebuild around Triple J. Now they'll trade Ja.
Yeah.
Then they trade Jaren Jackson Jr. and can't find a new home for Ja. Yeah, it's a weird situation, a really weird situation. Maybe it's probably Washington. Pair Ja, Trey, and AD.
Washington, well, we'll get them in the offseason. Don't
Yeah,
worry
we'll
about
wait.
it.
We'll wait. Yeah, the next thing to look for Spurs wise though is potential buyout. We'll see. We'll see if they make any moves there or even have any, because they would have to cut somebody or buy somebody out themselves to bring in someone new. So if they do that, then I think you can start to really look at who's out there on the buyout market. But until they free up a spot, it's a lot of conjecture with not a lot of evidence. So, main Segi, final time we're going to talk about the Super Bowl before Sunday.
They did not deliver
9-10.
Yeah, they did not deliver on any topics. Like, what do we talk about?
Didn't we talk about this on Tuesday? How
Yeah.
there's the
They,
lowest
give
star
us some
power.
controversy. Give us there's zero star power. Like, and I brought that exact same question up to somebody. It's like, what was the last Super Bowl that had zero superstars in it? And someone pulled off the Raiders.
Raiders Bucks.
Yeah. Well, he said the Raiders and Baltimore back. No, wait. Who did the Raiders go against as well?
I think the one that we determined
Was Raiders Bucks.
was Raiders Bucks with Gannon and Brad Johnson. That was like 02.
I think it was like the Ravens.
No, that was
before.
03.
was
Yeah, the
Dilfer.
Ravens won. That was not as far back. Well, we talked Ravens Niners, but that was Kaepernick and the lights going out. Yeah, what year? What was the Dilfer year? So that was further back than the Buccaneers Raiders in 03. That was 01. That was Ravens Giants.
Yeah. So, dude, I don't even remember the quarterback for that. Was it Testaverde?
Well, the Ravens was Dilfer.
Yeah. Who was the quarterback for the Giants?
Quarterback for the Giants in 01. Who the hell was the quarterback for the Giants in 01?
That's what I'm thinking. Was Parcells still around, like Testaverde? I don't know, man.
No.
Help us out, Sports Cave. You got this.
Oh my God. I forgot about this. First of all, Jason Garrett was still an active player.
Oh, God.
Jason Garrett was the backup quarterback. The starter was Kerry Collins.
Who?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, makes sense.
Wow. Yeah, I'd completely.
Strahan was the best. Like, it was Strahan versus Ray Lewis or something.
Yeah, and they got torched 34-7. Man,
Yeah.
I had completely forgotten about that game altogether. Yeah. I mean I think the Bucks Raiders in 03 was earlier, so that's still the answer I'll stick with. But yeah, the biggest news from either team this week has been the injury reports. You know, Darnold still dealing with the oblique. He's full participant. He's saying all the right things. He's going to be fine.
He's going to play.
Drake May dealing with the throwing shoulder, right shoulder injury. We haven't seen him throw a whole lot. He didn't have to against Denver. They say he's fine, full participant. Again, I don't think it's gonna be a storyline, between now and the game kicking off. If they get injured after that, it'll be during the game and have nothing to do with.
Even with Darnold's oblique, he still threw for over 300
Right,
yards on
right.
the Rams.
There's nothing to worry
This
about.
is all mind games from a vet coach and
For
the new
sure.
coach trying to like, Oh, I'm going to one-up him on this.
The one that isn't mind games, the man, how do you say his name? The rookie nickelback that
Out of Seattle?
yes, he
Okay.
rolled his ankle in the practice. Eamon Nick Eamon, second round draft pick. He's been a starter, massive part of their dominant defense all year. He rolls his ankle at the end of practice yesterday.
Oh, no.
It's not the dreaded high ankle sprain.
Yeah.
It's just one of your basic. He stepped on it wrong, twisted it. He's going to play, but there is some level of question, whether. But I think we're talking about is he going to be 90 or 95%? Like I think he's still going to be fine. So it's not much
Give
of
me
a
the
story.
shot.
1,000%. Yeah.
Yeah.
So all of that aside, you're right. We haven't gotten really any kind of story that moves the needle one way or another, or makes you think that one team is, going into this game better off than the other. I guess before I read this Bill Barnwell piece, I would have said, I think I have more faith in Seattle, just without really diving into too many numbers. I watched 3-4 Patriots games this year.
The Patriots didn't blow anybody out.
No,
Like,
and they played
in the
soft
playoffs.
schedule,
Soft schedule.
won a lot of close games,
Young quarterback.
muddied the games up, relied on explosive plays on offense to carry them to victory most of the time. It wasn't like it was a consistent, impressive offensive attack. It was spurts when they needed it.
Yeah.
So all that to say, mentally, I was, leaning Seattle's way. And I read this piece earlier. It was up on ESPN. It's done by their football writer, Bill Barnwell. And I think he explained really well the way the game has changed over the last 5 years in terms of one, strategy, but two, what data is the best identifier in determining what team is going to win a game, in determining the outcome of games. So for years, we always heard the cliche, you win the turnover battle, you win the game, right?
Yeah.
Well, now that football has, mainly because of the kickoff, that's where it starts. The rule changes to the kickoff. Of course, I don't have to tell anybody. It used to be a real kickoff, and the touchback was to the 20. Then 2 years ago, touchback was the 30. Now it's 35-yard line. So that slight change has made the average drive after a kickoff, it's now under 70 yards. It's 69.3 yards for an average. So where you're starting your drive from.
Yeah.
Where on the field you're starting your drive. So on average, every NFL team is starting their drive from the 31-yard line. Think about how much different that is from the NFL, from the football we knew even 5 years ago.
You got a lot more field goals.
And what does that mean? It means a lot more possessions.
Yeah.
So turnovers aren't nearly as damaging anymore because there's going to be more possessions in a game now because the league, through the rule changes, have shrunk the playing field.
Yeah.
So just for reference, starting the drive from the 31 5 years ago, not that long ago, 5 years ago, that number was starting the drive from the 26. It's a full 5-yard difference over the last 5 years. And that doesn't sound like a whole lot when you just think about it as one single drive. But when you think about every drive throughout the course of a season, and you're now starting 5 yards closer to field goal range, as you said, That's where you start getting way more field goal attempts, which in turn leads to more possessions total in the game.
Do you want me to counter with
Please. Sure.
which in theory, yes, you're right, but they also countered that by not stopping the clock until the
Yep.
fourth quarter.
Yep.
So I think it balanced it out to where
So it doesn't, the numbers don't show it balanced. It definitely.
so they do show more average
Yes.
plays,
Yeah.
more snaps.
More possessions total.
Okay.
But it was.
They tried to do that. then.
Exactly.
Okay.
It stopped it from being such a drastic change. But
Yeah.
you're absolutely on to, you're smelling what I'm stepping in.
Mhm.
Where that ties back into trying to determine what is the best identifier of who's going to win the game. So the classic who wins the turnover battle wins the game argument.
Mhm.
This past season, the team that won the turnover battle won the game 59% of the time.
Mhm.
Okay. So you win the turnover battle, 59% of the time you win that game.
Yeah.
So it's still over 50, still a good identifier. But he threw out a number that is significantly more of an identifier of who wins NFL football games. This is where it gets a little number heavy and a little tired head, but follow me, okay? So an explosive play.
Mhm.
Usually we're talking about a play that goes 15 yards or more.
Mhm.
Some people say they break it down between an explosive run versus an explosive pass. So an explosive run would be 12 yards or more run. An explosive pass would be 18 yards or more, but it still averages that same 15 yards or more.
Yeah.
That's an explosive play. Okay. So because the field position has changed so dramatically, you're now starting at the 31 instead of the 26. That in turn increases the value of an explosive play. Because if you're starting at the 31, you get one explosive pass that goes 21 yards, you're in field goal position. You're in field
Yeah.
goal range.
Nowadays.
5 years ago, you needed two explosive plays to get into field goal range, combined with the fact that kickers are making 60-plus yard field goals at the highest accuracy rate we've ever seen. That also ties into this too. So he suggests, and the numbers that he puts out here support it. If you look at the teams that produce more explosive plays than their opponent, those teams win that game almost 62% of the time.
Okay, so it's not so much time of possession, it's explosive plays.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, and that is where you win the turnover battle, you win the game 59%
So
of the time.
let's bring it all around.
Right.
Which team has more explosive plays?
So this is where it gets really fun. We know the two teams playing on Sunday, the Patriots had the most explosive plays of any offense in the league.
Trayvon Henderson, man, running 50 yards down the rip towards the end of the game.
Booty,
Yeah.
always one big play a game at least.
Stephon Diggs.
Of course, Diggs.
Yeah.
So Stevenson, the 1-2 punch at running back. So the Patriots offense had the highest percent of explosive plays of any offense this year. Seattle's defense had the lowest percent of giving up explosive plays.
No, okay.
So you've got the offense that had the most explosive plays going against the defense that gave up the least explosive plays.
Yeah.
So we've seen number one offense play number one defense before, but this is going a level deeper than that.
This is number one secondary. Basically, that's what I kind of touched on last Tuesday, is the secondary is so much more elite than I think anybody. I mean, I give the Broncos credit, but they didn't need to because they didn't have Bo Nix. like so New England didn't really have to make those explosive plays.
And that's, you would call that a one game variance.
Yeah.
Like there are exceptions where it wasn't needed. So
Vrabel's going to try to make this a running possession style game,
and
run out
and
the clock,
pop a couple big plays
Yeah.
at opportune times. And
that's basically the key. Totally. The way you explained it is a very thorough.
so
Some may say long-winded.
no, because it's a setup.
Yeah.
This is where all of that long-winded setup pays off. Okay. So
Give me the money shot.
the data, the number you're really looking at in terms of a full team performance is the amount of offensive explosive plays minus the amount of defensive explosive plays allowed.
So what's the
So
plus minus of
It
this?
creates a single integer that you can rank. So you take, for example, New England had 15% of their offensive plays were explosive plays. Their defense, 10% of the plays gave up an explosive play. So their difference would be 5%, just for that example.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the number that he is setting up to show as a trend in determining Super Bowl outcomes. So the top 5 in the league this season at that difference, that number of how many you created, how many you gave up. The 5th place team was the Broncos, AFC Championship game appearance. The 4th place team was the Patriots.
Okay.
And you're talking Broncos, that difference, that delta was a 2.3. Patriots, it was a 2.8. So just remember 2.8 for the Patriots. That was the 4th best. The 3rd best was the Rams. 2nd best was the Packers. And if you go back, the Packers would have been number 1 on this list if Micah hadn't gotten hurt. Because as soon as Micah gets hurt, their defense starts giving up more explosive plays, and that lowers their delta number. They would have been number 1 in this ranking. They're the one kind of outlier here.
Yeah.
You see the trend
Injury.
exactly. You see the trend with every other
Like the
team,
Niners
though.
would have been up there if we didn't get
Injuries, of course. And the Cowboys would have if Jerry Jones had never bought the team in 1989. So the other teams beside the Packers were all championship game
Yeah.
teams. You see where this is going. Number 1 is Seattle.
Yes.
So Seattle's number is 4.7
So
compared
double.
to the Patriot, almost double, close to double
Yeah.
of what the Patriots was. So all that being said, you would traditionally 60, again, going back to our original number, 62% of the time, the team that has this higher number wins the game. So that would be Seattle. And it's a great identifier because it showed you the best teams in the league, the teams that played in the championship games, conference championship, were all top 5 in this number. Here's a further of it. One last one. Over the last 6 years, the teams that led in this statistic, like Seattle has, all made the Super Bowl. Your Niners were one of them. Eagles were one of them. Chiefs were 2 of them. Chiefs might have been 3, actually. So all 6, the last 6 years, the team that led this stat made it to the Super Bowl. All 6 of them lost.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting, isn't it? So it's a great identifier of who's going to get
Have
there.
the Chiefs lost 3 times in the Super Bowl?
No, it was just the Chiefs twice then,
Okay,
right?
yeah.
Because or maybe it was just the three-peat year where they couldn't get the three-peat.
Well,
and
they lost to
they lost
to
who was the
LA.
other one? That's right, LA. So yeah, I think it was those two. I
Aaron
think
Donald's last year.
that's right. I think those were the two. It was that and the Eagles year.
Yeah.
And then your Niners were one. Then I guess the Eagles were one because the Eagles lost to. Didn't they lose? They lost the Super Bowl, right? I'd have to
Yeah.
look up the whole list.
They lost. Yeah.
Well, hell, I can just look it up right now. I mean, it's the last 6 Super Bowl. It's the last 6 Super Bowl losers. They all led in this statistic.
the Eagles beat the.
They beat the Chiefs
yeah.
to stop the three-peat. So the last 6.
They also beat the Chiefs before.
So it was Chiefs, the leaders in this statistic, like Seattle is this year going into the game, the last 6 years in order, Chiefs, Niners, Eagles.
Yeah.
Eagles lost that to the Chiefs. Bengals, Chiefs lost to the Bucks and Tom Brady.
The Bucks. There we go.
And then your Niners again. So your Niners were twice the loss to the Chiefs in 2020.
The Swift
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
the Swift game.
Right. So there is your. I read that earlier. I know it's a lot of numbers. We're not doing a tight hour because I just made you take a calculus lesson.
Yeah, I'm sitting here. I'm like, I'm following, but I mean, it seems like so.
It
all
seems
that,
common sense, but the data shows it. It actually is
and in
some
my
level
brain,
of common
when we were
sense.
like, I'm not no lie was good. We were gonna take picks like who was gonna win. I was gonna go New England.
See, I was too after reading all of that.
Like so, like you talked it in.
I know.
I'm like, man, is this guy gonna go New England? And then when he brought it full circle, I was like, man, he's gonna go New England. I was like, I'm not gonna pick the Seahawks.
I knew
Get outta
you.
here.
I knew you weren't going to pick the Seahawks in principle alone, but I think after going through all of that, surely it can't be 7 straight years that the leader in that statistic loses in the Super Bowl.
There's almost.
I'm leaning Seattle.
Yeah.
I'm sticking with
Okay.
with Seattle.
I'm gonna like.
But history is on your side if you take the
It's
Patriots.
kind of like, remember the Patriots, the perfect year?
Mhm.
Not the Super, like got beat by Eli. I bet they were leading
Got
in
beat
that
by
category.
David Tyree. Yeah,
I bet
probably.
they were getting. They got beat that year because Randy Moss was sitting there catching everything, breaking records. You know,
Yeah, I'd like to go. I'd like to see it extrapolated out further, all the way back 20 years, and see how much. Well,
Yeah.
really, it all changed. It all became an identifier of who wins games and who makes it to the Super Bowl as soon as they changed the kickoff rule.
Yeah.
Because that just changed the strategy and basically the dimensions of what an offense has to do every possession.
yeah.
It's such a different game with such a slight, it's only 5 yards.
Now, what if I told you there's a stat that 70% of the time an animal mascot team won against a non-animal mascot team?
I would say that everything I just said has zero value compared to that stat. Is that true?
No,
Okay, I was about to say.
pulled it right out the.
Yeah, well, I would believe it. Again, as much as I love numbers and data, I would also believe that because
You're like, wait a minute.
Yeah,
now,
hold on.
now I'm going back.
yeah, hold
Seahawks.
on. Screw your data, Gundy. I like
Screw you, AI. I'm going with the mascot.
You have anything else on Sunday?
Nah, I'm gonna be home, resting up, getting ready for surgery. Hopefully, I'm new and improved, and I'll have my little remote where it zzz,
Yeah,
vibrate. I'll give it to
Godspeed.
LG whenever he sits there and is annoyed with me, which is like 90% of the time.
So the last the last 3 or 4 years now, this is the greatest thing, and I guess I had never really thought about it until a few years ago. The best house you can go to watch the Super Bowl is the house of a chef.
Oh yeah,
Like, it's been the best food I've eaten.
an Italian wife's house. Like, there's gonna be cutlets. You're gonna have main course,
Right.
starting course.
So
She's gonna be handing you food while you're watching the game. You're just gonna be like hors d'oeuvres.
it's
hors
the
d'oeuvres.
best, nacho cheese you've ever had because it's actually
Oh, we missed one. That would have been a sick.
it's actually 5 different real, cheeses that have been
Yeah.
grated down and melted. It's not, Rico's. Shout out Rico's. I still love you, but chef prepared hits a little different on Super Bowl Sunday.
Yes.
So final pick, you're taking Patriots.
Yes.
You're getting a lot of points.
I know.
You're getting 4.5.
Yeah.
It's,
I got one bet on this game. I gave someone 2-1 odds, but I want 10 points, and I'm picking the Patriots.
that's a terrible bet for whoever took that against you. Like,
It was only. I was like, I'll give you 40, you give me 20. So it's not a bad one, but like he literally was like, it's gonna be a blowout. It's gonna be a blowout, and I'm like, I don't think so, buddy. And I'm
I
like,
don't
yeah.
think we see
I
a
was like, he
blowout.
thought he was like 14. He's like, it's gonna be 14 or more. And I'm like, look, I'm not gonna just straight,
Rip you.
trade,
Yeah.
blank you. But I'll give you 10. Give me 10, and I'll give you 2-1. And he's like, all right, done.
I think you have really. I think you have a
I'm
really
winning
good
$20.
chance to-
I'm winning
yeah.
$20, man.
I think you will be enjoying a $20 buffet of your choosing with that. LG, let's do some lightning round. Get out of here. Did we have? I don't think I didn't see any super chats come
no.
through. So I tell you what. Before
Appreciate Jason and Cynthia up in the chat, though.
you have Cynthia, is that my aunt?
Yeah, she said, I'm going to tell your cousin that you got her a birthday shout out.
Okay, I wondered after. I wondered if someone had told her
Hello,
to,
Aunt Puma.
to hop in. Shout out cousin
Now,
Emily.
which birthday is it so we can, and what's
you
her
can
middle
start-
name and last 4 digits?
Yeah,
of
the
social?
last 4 exactly. Since you have half a dozen video to get to,
Hey, buddy.
do you want to do?
Let's do one in honor of LG. I saw this one and
Okay.
I'm like, LG, you got to step your game up. If you could load up that video, sir.
You're telling him
Of a cameraman
to load the
doing
video
God's work right here.
of him needing to step up his game.
Yeah.
That feels
Hey, man, he is never satisfied. Like
Okay.
with me. He is the curmudgeon of my life.
Let me get close here.
So this, I think, hopefully they're doing this in the Olympics. Look at this man on the one-wheel scooter, cameramanning the sprint. The
That's
race.
just an accident waiting to happen.
That's what I was about to ask you, LG.
Oh, or
What
is that a glorious?
No, that's unnecessary and stupid and performative.
See, this is what I'm talking. He's like an old curmudgeon, man. He can never. Come on.
I
I'm-
You're telling me if some dude
Put
on
that
a
on the
golf,
wish
you can't
list.
just have a cameraman on the back of a golf cart like they normally do?
Exactly.
You don't want a golf cart out there just
Or-
ruining the track.
Have you seen the video where the dude falls into the dude running? The cameraman crashes into the track runner?
Well, that's why you got.
Yeah, that's why you don't do this shit.
I think he's on to something. One thing, I was listening back to the episode from Tuesday
I'm
night.
buying you one of those LG. You better start practicing.
If we're going to play video, we've got to do a better job of setting it up for the audio only listener, because what we're watching right now
Oh, yes.
is a cameraman at a track meet. It's a runner rounding the final turn on the straightaway, and
He's
the
on like a
cameraman
motorized unicycle.
He's on a one wheel.
he's on a one wheel, and he's got the
that what they're
camera
called?
just running
Yes.
right next to the guy that's leading as he's a couple lanes over, but he's getting, keeping up with the sprinter.
Yeah, he's getting that 3/4 shot, man.
There are so many other ways this could be done. I tend to agree with the professional here. I think that's a bit performative.
I think he's just old. Doesn't want to do it.
How hard from someone that has carried a camera? I don't know if you've ever been on a one wheel like that, but that doesn't.
Have you ever been on a hoverboard like LG?
This is a two-man operation. You need someone to drive and someone to operate the camera, just like the Skycam at NFL football games.
See, that was my next question. Are we watching a track meet from Bulgaria? Like, do they not have?
I mean, look at all the sponsors. You got
Skycam.
TDK, whatever that is. You got,
And
you got
one
Ushers.
fall, that's $35,000 of equipment damage right
You
there.
don't-
One fall.
When you're a professional, you don't fall, sir.
Oh, they fall. There's many videos.
Yeah, I was about to say. I feel like I've seen the montage.
How
of,
about how many cameramen get run over by football players on the sideline?
Well, that again, there are as much as or NBA players that
Yeah.
step on camera guys underneath the basket or something.
Exactly. While they're just sitting there on their fat ass, just making money. Come on, LG, give me that job.
Hit me, LG. So seriously, how many more videos do you
I
have?
just have one more.
Okay,
It's
okay.
It's the 10v1.
Oh yeah, okay, all right. Well, LG, get that one. Get
Yeah.
that one set up. We'll talk about.
Well, then hit me, LG.
We'll talk about Savannah Guthrie's mom before we go.
Hey.
I'm trying to buy LG some time.
Hey, he's a professional, man. He can load this up. We're not getting any political talk, but
Oh, what a great start! Nothing political.
There's a video running around in Sweet Austin where a guy decides to go and
Let's
see.
be correct. It's Buda.
There we
Oh,
go.
Buda, South Austin. It's it's right there.
Johnson High School in Buda, Hayes Consolidated.
How you can cut the. I don't want to hear them all screaming. Yeah, cut the noise. But when you go and try to pick a fight with 10 children, yeah, you probably can whip up 3 or 4 of them. But when you're like 10v1 and you're like Leroy Jenkins and you run in there
That's
and
exactly
get
what it is.
swarmed by 15 kids, you got to rethink your decision, man.
It's like 8 Edgars there.
Yeah, there is. Well, it was,
Well, it's Buda. There's not that many Edgars.
and it's
They're wearing a Minecraft
Did you look
thing.
at the people who are fighting?
it's
I see a lot of whites.
it's
It's a lot of
also
Edgars.
it's also an anti-ICE student walkout,
Hey.
which the governor is getting to the bottom of, trying to figure out which of these teachers is radicalizing.
I love the baggy pants, man. I'm like, hey, they're back.
I hear Jinkos are back.
Oh, they're back, dude.
Yeah, like
I see at least 4 Edgars in this shot right here.
Look at the redheaded Edgar.
What? Yeah.
Look at the redheaded
we've
Edgar.
got a ginger Edgar.
The mullet is now out. The Edgar's back in.
Oh, that is spectacular. Yeah, so everyone's seen it. It's the fight in Buda. Apparently the mayor and police are now saying they're
he got arrested on 2
officially arrested
yeah.
now. Okay.
charged with 2 felony assaults on minors, which you can't go hit a kid. Trust me, I wanted to my whole life.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say.
And I'm always like, you got to hit me first, man. I had a kid, like literally, I'm trying to pull into my apartment parking spot, and he's walking slowly through it, eyeball me, and I'm sitting there just looking at him, just waiting for him. I'm not giving him a nasty face, but he is straight mad dogging me. And
He's mean
I was
mugging.
like, I'm sitting there with a confused look, just like what's going on? All right, are you having a bad day?
all right, yeah.
And I pull in, open the door, and he's like, "What's up, man? You want to go?" And I'm like, "Go where, bro? What are you talking about?" "Yeah, man, let's go. I'm like, dude, you're 5'7". You weigh about $120, and this is back when I used to box.
You're a ginger-headed Edgar.
Yeah.
Like, what are you gonna do?
I'm like, where's your mom at, man?
a lot of boxing references made lately.
Well, we had the clip, with
There
the-
has been a lot of fighting videos here
Hey.
lately. Okay, when I saw this video for the first time, 2 things immediately came to mind. One, no matter how angry you are that kids
Is
are
that the
marching out of
FAFO?
school, no matter how angry you are that kids are marching out of school for whatever reason, if it's an anti-ICE march, if it's a pro-Nazi, like whatever the reason, it's kids, dude.
Yeah, they're
kids.
kids. They're idiots.
They're idiots. What are you doing getting out of your vehicle? And also, if you watch how the video starts,
Yeah.
it really looks like he charges past
Supposedly
multiple
the girl-
guys and goes straight to a girl to.
Well, supposedly that girl kicked his car because,
Okay.
but he's wearing the red hat, and
He's a Niners fan?
you shut your dirty mouth right now.
That's the only red hat I can think of.
Hey, I don't think Trump's going to
Atlanta
support
Hawks.
the
He's
San
an Atlanta
Francisco.
Hawk. He's excited about the Kaminga trade. He's wearing a Hawks hat.
You know who likes the Niners? Duck queers.
That's and we can say that because it's an SNL skit.
Yes, exactly.
And it's National Shower with a Friend Day.
Oh my God, yeah, we support everybody here.
That's one though.
Yes.
No matter what, like even if the kid kicked your truck, dude,
Yeah, I'd be getting out being like,
take a picture
give me
of
an
it.
adult.
Yes.
I'm gonna take a picture of you. I'm gonna go to the school.
Again.
Go talk to the principal.
This is way
Then
too.
I'm gonna find your parents, and then I'm gonna
whip your dad's ass,
I'm
not
gonna
yours.
be like,
Sure.
control your kid.
This is way too rational of a take for the entire
But
events of
getting
that
out
video.
and going straight to that girl and
Right.
pushing a
Right.
12-year-old.
What are we doing, dude? What are we doing?
Come on.
There's
and
no-
and you got 14 kids around you.
There's no justification for that to begin with.
And you get
Secondly,
your ass whooped.
that's where my second thought comes into mind because you
I'm not
mentioned
getting my ass whipped by 14 kids. He shaved his head and mustache because he was shamed.
so if
Shame.
14 can put an ass licking like that.
How many kids you think you can take?
That was where my head went the second.
I got about 5 or 6.
I was thinking,
But I'm straight jabbing, moving, backing up, keeping them at a distance. Hopefully I take one down, then I'll go to the next one and be like, you want some?
this is like when every gym bro thought they could beat a gorilla. Remember, it was like 100 CrossFit guys
gonna
versus
rip
one
your arm
gorilla.
off real
See,
quick.
But now this is the inverse. Like it's one of you and how many, high school, junior high kids.
4 or 5 for me. Like I'm not going against more than that.
Yeah.
But like many a times I've had to like fight, like break like football, like flag football, and I go out there and all I do is just like get the dad voice, hey, and I get up in their face and
Cut it out.
I'm like literally just like I defuse the situation by just straight, chest puffing up and getting up in their face like, do you want this? You're the first one going down. I don't care if you swarm me. Your ass is getting kicked.
This is also the second week we've talked about fighting high school. Remember, we were celebrating. We were celebrating the listener that had the son that won the wrestling match, won district, and we were talking about could I beat him?
No.
And no, the answer is no. And now we're again talking about like 5 high school kids.
So how many think you got?
5 high school kids I've whipped the shit out of.
Okay, so you
6?
upping the numbers, you pumping them up.
6? I think I might be in some trouble. And I think it's just a numbers game because with 5,
they can
you
go
could have
around you.
4, one trying to hold each arm, and then one guy just punching you in the
And
nuts.
see, that's what happened. One guy got around and got him in a rear naked
And once,
choke.
that's what I'm saying.
Wrapped him up,
I think if they
and
were
then everybody started just dancing on him.
if they were 5 strategic high school kids, I think 6 would be too much. I think they could take me down.
That's what I'm thinking 4, because if there's one that knows a little bit of wrestling that I don't know about, and he sits there and like whips my leg and as soon as you go down, you're kind of out.
Now, if we're talking about Terrence Steele when he was at Cibolo Steele High School before he went to Tech and eventually the Cowboys, if there's one of those kind of high school, like big boys, the number, that's the end of the number.
Hey, my freshman year, I was 6
and that's it.
My freshman year, I was 6'4", so it was.
See, that's hilarious. My freshman year, I was still under 6 foot.
That's so crazy. Yeah,
And
I had
now-
an early growth spurt.
No, I hit it late.
And that remembered, like, the only defense to this of when someone's got you and thing, you grab yourself a kid. I did this as a bouncer because I got
Cut
rolled.
that, LG.
you grab you not like that.
I don't know if that's appropriate in today's climate.
Yeah, it's. Why don't you smile more?
You grab a kid and you see who's gonna kick, and you just roll that kid so the other kids just keep kicking their friend. You just roll on the ground.
It's like you're it's like the crocodile, the death roll. They
exactly.
just get a hold and start rolling.
I'm holding on to him, and then like I see this man about ready for a soccer kick into my ribs. Oh, you kicked your buddy.
Look, I think we did a good job of making that content without being political.
Yeah, that was straight Leroy Jenkins. Hey, good for him to think he can go against him.
No, not good for him because again, he's going against
Every person who's had
high school kids.
I swear to God, whenever I like call a kid an idiot or they're stupid and blah blah blah, I'm like, how? Don't say that about children. And I'm like, you don't have children. I know it.
Yeah,
Because every person that has children, my kid's an idiot.
Look, not to go full old man on you. Our generation got called idiots to our face.
We learn not to talk anymore.
kind of like some kids these days could just use a good ass whipping. They could also be told how stupid they are a
With
little
their trauma
more
bragging and just,
often.
like,
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah,
oh, my feelings are valid. Shut up.
trauma bragging. That's why Democrats lose elections. Hit me, LG.
Well, real quick before we continue on, here's why you don't operate a motor vehicle.
Oh yes.
Oh,
and
he pulled it
operate a
up.
camera at the same time. The legendary Usain Bolt, right here.
Got him.
Oh.
Now, okay, so let's put it for the people that are listening. He was operating a 2-wheel,
It looked like
It was
a
a Segway.
Yeah.
big Segway. But
Well,
those
this was
were
before
all-
This was before the one wheel was a thing.
Yeah, this is a huge. Those were off-road tire Segway wheels.
What kind of
Normal
segue?
segue
Yeah,
wheels.
that's
That
normal.
was not normal Segway wheels.
This isn't Gravedigger of segways.
things
It's
were-
not a
Doesn't matter. My
monster
point
truck.
is still,
Yeah.
it still matters.
And also, it would be easier to control
And that
if it
wasn't
was
that
bigger
wasn't during
tires.
a race. You don't know where they're gonna
I
go.
know it was even slower,
Which is even dumber.
and he was just
Yeah,
walking.
You know where they're gonna go during a race. They're gonna hug the line.
He was walking in a straight
And if you really
line.
want to do it with skills, like real skills, you want to do it like this guy does it.
Oh, spectacular.
Oh, here we go. Oh, white lightning. Yeah, but that camera's jumping around. He needs
No,
to
it's
see
not.
those.
It's on a gimbal.
It's on a
It's
gimbal.
Oh, it's on a
perfectly,
gi-
it's
oh, okay,
perfectly
it is.
stable.
Man,
Okay, though, kind of like the guy fighting high schoolers. I think this guy's just outrunning.
He's
high
running
schoolers.
faster than the track people.
those are middle schoolers. I don't know. They're Asian, so they might just
This
be little.
feels like middle school track day.
He was showing out. He was like, "You better."
I think there is you see it every now and then, when the cameraman is running faster or keeping up
Or
with
the ref running
the
down
ref.
the sideline.
Yeah,
He's
that's-
like, boo, like going 4.4 speed right there.
That's a good one too. Yeah, I think I still agree with LG. A bit performative.
Yeah.
A bit
The
performative.
one wheel revolutionized the camera.
They could just put it on a rail like they do the thing the Greyhounds chase. Just
Right.
put a camera on one of those things.
Yeah, that technology's been around forever. I learned that at the dog track as a wee little lad.
Here we go, North Texas again.
Hey, you ever
those
bet on
greyhounds, those greyhounds, they're fast.
you ever bet on the ponies? It's a fun afternoon. I was introduced to a lot of gambling at an early age.
Gambling.
Between-
Never broke up a marriage.
Dog track, just sports gambling, a few cockfights here and there, all kinds of fun. Hit me, LG. So I've got the closer video, but before we do it, I want to spend a little bit of time on the Savannah Guthrie story because it does feel
A hard 2 minutes.
hard 2 minutes.
A hard 2.
Give me a hard 4.
Soft 3.
Buddy, I'm always a soft 3. I've always got that here for you. It feels weird how much, like I was watching like an old man. I had a quad box of the news going last night. 7 o'clock hits. We're into prime time. I've got Fox with Jesse. I got CNN, MSNBC and BBC, right? BBC's covering the Epstein files, by the way. They're covering because they're kicking.
And that's for another story.
They're actually taking accountability against their rich and powerful, at least
hard 4.
somewhat in a performative stance and measure. But
even
they're,
China has, who made it a death penalty for diddling kids.
they're trying.
Not in America.
Hey, no, come on.
Only 5 years in prison.
You learn your lesson. 5 years. So the other 3, though, every single other American news outlet are covering the Savannah Guthrie kidnapped mom story.
It seems like a movie. Like I'm watching a movie play out.
Which is
on the
why,
news.
again, the conspiracist,
Yeah.
however you say that, the conspiracy theory
You're the English man.
in my head. Well, then we're all in trouble. The conspiracy theorist in me, who absolutely grew up being entertained by Alex Jones on Austin cable access television. It feels so out of nowhere, and it feels like it's getting so much attention. And she's on that level of stardom where it's not like Tom Brady's mom being kidnapped, but it's also not like some spare from a daytime soap opera's mom getting
10
kidnapped.
to 20% of the nation knows who this lady is.
Good Morning America.
The woman, not the mom.
Right, not the mom. Right. So it feels like it's just in that certain band of celebrity where she's a big enough celebrity and well known enough that it's a crazy story, terrible story to begin with.
Yeah.
But the amount of media attention, and this is where the Chomsky, one of my heroes, is heavily featured on those Epstein files. Poor Noam Chomsky, what are you doing, bro? What are we doing? Chomsky,
Diddling kids.
apparently, along with Bill, not Melinda, and Robin Leach.
Once again,
Anyway.
we can do a hard 60 on
Maybe
this one.
that's a future main segment. We
Yes.
put that up for subscribers only or members only.
Yeah.
So Chomsky, obviously most well known for the book Manufacturing Consent, talking about how the media, whether you realize it or not, is propagandizing you to consent to what they want you to be talking about, what they don't want you to
focus.
be. Exactly.
They sit there, they're manipulating you to be like, hey, look at this.
It happens a lot during wartime. It happens a lot.
Trump's a master at this one, man. He's like, oh, what's that? What about that?
It's not just it's
every
this
political.
Is
This is politics.
Right. You know, ever since television became the main tool of disseminating information, as soon as it wasn't radio and it was television,
As soon as they started profiting off news.
well, and that came later too, once it became a
Thanks,
for-profit.
OJ.
Right. So immediately this is why I'm a weird duck, because I'm referencing, like, I think Alex Jones and Noam Chomsky both are firing flags in my head of this just feels really weird, because we're getting the reports that apparently there have been ransom notes sent to, and hop in if you know more than me, LG.
There's been like 2.
Sent to TMZ and another news outlet. It's not identifying who they are or if she's alive or not, but demanding a bunch of Bitcoin. Still, last night, Savannah Guthrie, her sister and brother, release a video.
We want proof of life.
Obviously serving as...
We want something that nobody knows, that only she knows.
And they said one of the ransom letters included some details about what she was wearing, which make them think it might actually be true, be real. The Guthrie, Savannah and her siblings put the video out last night that very obviously is serving as a lure to open a line of communication to try to at least get confirmation of either she's alive or not, and there's going to be an available path to end this, whether it's by paying a ransom or, you know, whatever, opening that channel of communication. But again, I just go back to, it just feels so weird last night with everything else going on in the world.
Yeah.
To be turned on every single primetime cable news. And it wasn't just the 7 o'clock. At 8 o'clock, Hannity, Caitlin Collins, and whoever's on MSNBC, they're sticking with it. They stayed on the story, and it was 2 hours of programming about nothing but Savannah Guthrie's missing mother, which I understand. It's a terrible story. It's a huge story, but it just felt really, really weird.
It felt forced.
It felt a bit.
And here's my thing.
It felt like a bit of a manipulation to get me to not think about
right now
other things.
What I think this has to do with Minneapolis and all the ICE aid, like they want to calm the nation down, and both sides came together and was like, hey, we'll talk about this, and we won't be pushing Epstein too much, and we won't be pushing ICE too much.
But here's
so
a
they
story.
each get a compromise.
Here's a story we can all agree is a terrible situation.
Yeah.
There's no right, there's no left, there's no political divide. This is just
It's just a movie.
This is just a C-level celebrity that you kind of know. Her mom has been kidnapped. Here's something we can all rally around together.
It was the Delta team. They did it.
SEAL team, maybe.
SEAL Team 6.
No, look, we all know if it's anybody, it's the CIA. Like,
The CIA.
yeah, I mean, if we're
I've been watching Homeland
if we're
again.
being
I'm telling
honest.
you got to watch it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're from, I think I fall probably somewhere in what you're saying, because
Yeah.
I think, you know, immediately the suspected actors on one side are saying, you know, this is to distract us from the Epstein files. This is to distract us from Minneapolis and ICE, like you were saying. And the actors same actors on the other side of the spectrum are saying, did you know Savannah Guthrie's husband worked for the Clintons in the 90s? And it's still Epstein files, but just the Gates, Clinton, Robin Leach side of the Epstein files, not the other.
The true people want to know is like, we know it's not just Republicans in the Epstein files.
No, it's wealthy.
It's the wealthy
people with money that have too much money to just have
away with
normal sex,
being pedos.
Yes. Like I don't know. Again, we're not getting anywhere with it. It's not like I'm not sitting here telling you the updates and the story.
It's white noise to me.
It just felt weird.
But it is everywhere.
Right. Which again,
don't fall for it. Release the files.
It's kind of interesting. It's a terrible, terrible, terrible story.
Yeah.
But it is kind of interesting the way it's being full flooded on every news channel of all political leanings. Like, when's the last time?
Right now you got, they did it to themselves, or it was a planned thing. So it wasn't a wild, and the left wants a wild right-wing activists because it's NBC News.
Well, they all want something that's going to fit their preconceived narrative on how the world
how
is
they're going to
running.
spin it,
right?
And stuff like that.
And that's what I would say. Last night, as someone like I have a disease, I have a cancer, and that is watching cable news. I can't help it. I enjoy watching because I like this kind of shit. I like to see how they're framing the messages to divide us, because that's all it is. That's really all it is, man. If you watch one station exclusively, you're getting fed red meat that is going to make you hate your neighbor. It's going to make you find something. They're going to find something that they think you will watch and then turn off and say, I am not one of them. It's us almost, versus them.
It's almost like even before we didn't, I was like, I'm starting to think different on this Project Marvel because
you're about to swing back to Gina.
Yeah, I was like, I'm kind of feeling Gina right now because one of the owners of the Spurs, and I thought he was a 50% owner, gave $6 billion to
Michael
Trump,
Dell. Michael Dell gave money to Trump.
Trump causes.
He's been doing that for years.
Exactly.
I know.
So I'm
like, why
Holt
can't you?
Caterpillar.
Exactly, but that's the words. I'm like, I didn't read the full story. I didn't delve fully into it, but I can admit when I'm wrong, and I'm like, I was uninformed. You know?
But that's, if you're upset at where they spend their other money to not give them city funds, I would argue, again, you're falling back into the trap of just hating, or not hating, but just being opposed to someone strictly based on
you don't need $1 billion
political leans. Well, that
$100 million will get you.
That is 1,000% true to begin with. But this is America. Watching last night, all in a quad box, I can't remember the last time Fox News went 2 hours straight without attacking a single Democrat.
And saying Biden.
And I can't remember the last time MSNBC went 2 hours straight without attacking, or now they're MS Now because they lost their NBC affiliation. I can't remember the last time that network went 2 hours without attacking a Republican. And this Savannah Guthrie story caused that.
It's uniting the nation like OJ. Shout out King.
On that note,
rest in peace.
LG, hit me so we can play this stupid Jackson Hayes video. And so Jackson Hayes pushed the Wizards mascot.
Oh, yes.
He got a 1-game suspension. There are Jackson Hayes truthers that suggest he did nothing. That he did nothing wrong. That.
Oh my God, he clotheslined the shit. I don't know.
So he was down stretching, and he claims that he saw the mascot running towards him, and he didn't think the mascot saw him. So he's leaning up to put his arm up like, hey, don't run into me. I'm doing my pregame stretching.
And just shoulder checks.
But if you pay attention to where the mascot ends up.
Yeah. It's Robert Oyers, Steve Nash.
Right there, the mascot gets hip checked and gets sent flying into one of the female members of the Wizards hype team.
Yeah.
So...
And by the way, he's carrying a flag that's probably as big as most of the basketball court.
Oh, yeah. As LG was saying, that would have been LG running behind the Wizards mascot, like running behind the coyote, holding the flag.
You hip check the coyote, I'm coming after you.
You hip check the coyote. That's why That's why Jeremy Sohan still needs to be on this roster.
Oh, Sohan comes out the closet like a wrestler. Dun, 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 dun,
By
dun,
God,
dun,
I think he killed him. With God as my witness, that man is dead. By God, I think he killed him.
I can't believe he did that. How does it want to happen? I love the announcers.
I probably should have ended with the Savannah Guthrie, Noam Chomsky, Alex Jones triumphant, but no, that was Jackson Hayes getting a 1-game suspension for shoving the Wizards mascot. LG, play us out. Let's get the hell out of here. We did freaking 2 hours.
Give the people what they want.
Well, tell the people where they can get a hold of you.
All right, you can get a hold of me on IG and X at the Captain's Chair 210. You can also get a hold of us at sportscave.live on everything. Please click and subscribe to YouTube and our socials. Put out shorts mostly every day.
I've been enjoying it. I've been enjoying what I saw, what I've been seeing.
I put a poll. Does he keep the kitty?
Oh, the cat's, unfortunately, the cat's doing great. Thanks for asking. You can get a hold of me on X at Biggest Puma, Instagram biggest.puma. LG streams Sunday?
Friday.
Tomorrow, LG's house returns. Y'all be looking out for that. Enjoy the Super Bowl. Everyone be safe. Don't be stupid. We'll be back in the room Tuesday night. I'm filling in for Andy again Tuesday afternoon. So
Nice.
Tuesday afternoon on Ticket, Tuesday night back here. Y'all be good. Peace.
Peace.
Kids, what do we say about drugs?
Only thugs use drugs. Say no to drugs.
Yeah!